Hi, my name is Alex and welcome to the Crochet Circle.
In today's video, I want to show you how to make a dream catcher. It's not gonna be an authentic original dream catcher because I'm gonna be doing the base as a embroidery loop, and also I'm gonna be using a doily to stretch over the embroidery loop. Now the materials and the things that you will need are cotton yarn. I have my 2mm crochet hook. I have an embroidery loop and I have my scissors. And of course a pattern. You will need a pattern. Now you can use my pattern that I'm gonna be sharing here with you. It's not my pattern, it's actually a pattern from, I think it's Anabelia. And she was sharing this free pattern a while ago, and I think it's really awesome because it kind of mimics a spider web, and that's what a dream catcher should be, I think. Now, if you don't want to use this pattern that I'm gonna be sharing with you, then you can use either Google and ask for a free doily pattern diagram, or you can ask Pinterest for a nice diagram. Or if you don't want to ask any of them, you can just perhaps look into a magazine if you have at home, or even some libraries usually are keeping tracks of the magazines with crochet tips and diagrams. Now, I think I can begin. So I'm gonna be looking a bit at you, and I'm gonna be looking quite a lot, to be honest, down into my working space. So I don't need the scissors and I don't need the loop at the moment, but I do need my cotton yarn. So this cotton yarn is actually from Croatia. It's called Tulipan and it's a size 15. It's 25 ticks times 2 times 3. So that's my yarn, but I think you can use almost any yarn. And also depending on the, if you're not going to be using this pattern, or if you have a smaller loop or if you have a larger loop, then just use whatever you have at hand. But I'm going to be using this one, and I'm going to be using a 2mm crochet hook. I know it's a bit bigger, the crochet hook that I'm currently using, but I, to be honest, I'm gonna let you into a secret. I did start already with the pattern for the dreamcatcher, and after 5 rows I kind of figured out that my 1.5mm hook and just a little bit thinner yarn weren't gonna be enough, so now I have to redo everything again, and I have to do it with a bit larger crochet hook and a bit thicker yarn. So I think I've already said everything. Oh, except one more thing. So first I'm gonna be doing the doily, and after that I'm gonna be kind of stretching the doily over the embroidery hook, and once that will be done, I'm gonna have a crocheted dream catcher. Now I can begin. Okay, so let's start. I'm gonna call this a row 0 because it's just the base, and it calls for chain of 8, and those chains of 8 should be joined into a loop. So of course I'm gonna start with a slip knot. So that's my slip knot, and now I have to do chain 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and joining them with a slip stitch. Okay. Now row number 1 calls for chain of 3. That one counts as the first double crochet and another chain 1, and now I have to repeat over the loop a double crochet and a chain 1. So I have to repeat a double crochet and a chain 1 15 times. Why 15? Because the first chain 3 already count as the first double crochet, and altogether that means I'm gonna have 16 double crochets. So I'm not gonna count each and every one separately. I'm gonna do few and then I'm gonna count them, because I will have to recount them at the end as well. One more thing, what I'm doing, do you see the starting tail? I am putting it on top of the chains so that when I finish row number 1 I won't have to worry about the starting tail, but I will be able just to cut it because it's already gonna be worked in. Let's see how many I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now that's 13, 14, and 15. Now I do finish with the chain 1, and I have to do a slip stitch in the third chain of the beginning. So that's the third chain, and I'm gonna just do a slip stitch there. Okay, now before I continue, I am just gonna be double checking if really I have 16, actually 15 double crochets and one chain 3, so that's 1. I'm gonna start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Perfect. Now the next row, first I have to do a slip stitch to go in between the chain 3 and a double crochet. Now I have to do 2 chains, actually I have to do 3 chains and a double crochet. Now I have to do chain of 4, so that's 2, 3, 4, and now I have to do a cluster of 2 double crochets. How you do that is you start as you would want to do a double crochet, but you only do half of it, and then you put on another yarn around your hook and try as another double crochet. Now you have actually 2 double crochets on your hook and starting loop, and with the next one you just pull through all 3 of them. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, go in as a double crochet, do half a double crochet, yarn around the hook, another half double crochet, and then you go through all 3 loops on the hook. And guess what? 16 times, because you have 16 spaces between the double crochets of the first row. I'm thinking where to put the yarn because it's already starting to twist. 2, 3, 4. Now, if you know me, or if you don't, you're soon gonna find out, I like to change patterns. And what I did change with this pattern is Anabelia is using different colors for different rows, but because mine is gonna be all in white, I won't be changing any colors. So when I'm gonna be finishing certain rows, I actually won't cut the yarn, but I'm just gonna continue, and I'm gonna be finishing it with a half double crochet or a double crochet to kind of end it in the middle of the arch. So that's gonna be the only difference, and I am gonna let you know when that will happen. So when I found this pattern, there on the instructions it said that it's gonna take 15 minutes. It's a really easy and fast doily, and it's gonna take only 15 minutes. I don't think it's gonna take me only 15 minutes because, okay, I'm not doing it the first time because I already made one that is too small, but it's still, I think, 15 minutes a bit. Um, I think we will all need just a little bit more. So 4 double crochets and a cluster of 2 double crochets. Now I am here at the last stitch. How I'm gonna join the row is I'm gonna do a chain 2 and I'm gonna do a half double crochet, and that's it. Now this is row number 1, 2 done. I'm up to row number 3. For row number 3, first I need to do chain 1 and a single crochet. Now I have to do in each of the chains 4 of the previous row, I have to do chain 4 and a single crochet in the middle. So it's chain 4 and a single crochet in the middle. Again, 16 times to go all the way around. Now I am at the last one. What I have to do is chain 1 and a double crochet. Because it's the last one, the double crochet is done in the single crochet of the beginning, and now the round is finished. Now to start the next row, chain 1, a single crochet, and now I have to do 5 chains and a single crochet. Of course, the single crochet goes between the 2 single crochets of the previous round. And I have to repeat that 16 times because I have 16 arches. So 5 chains and a single crochet. And I'm already at the last one. Now the last one is gonna be chain 2 and a double crochet in the first single crochet of the round, and that means that the round is now joined. Now the next row calls again for the first one is chain 1 and a single crochet. Now chain 5 and a single crochet in between the 2 single crochets of the previous row, and of course I have to do that again 16 times to come all the way around. So 5 chains and a single crochet, so that's 3, 4, 5, and a single crochet. Sorry for getting out of the shot. It's a single crochet, not a double crochet, and as you can see, I already made a mistake down there. So let's go back It's because I was already looking what I have to do in the next row. So just double check it. Yeah, everything is fine until here. So it's a single crochet and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a single crochet. Now the last one calls for 4 chains and a half double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and a half double crochet in the first single crochet of the row, and that's it. Now the next row is one before last. First I have to do chain 3, that will count as the first double crochet, then I have to do 2 more chains, so altogether 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is actually the end of this loop. Now I'm gonna go into the next loop and I have to do a double crochet, a chain 1, a double crochet, a chain 1, and another double crochet. So this goes into the arch of 5. Then I have to do 2 chains and repeat. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and another double crochet, and 2 chains. Of course, again, all the way around, so it's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. In the arch and in between the two of them, 2 chains, and that goes all the way around. Two chains in between, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and another double crochet, and now 2 chains, and into the next one, a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and now 2 chains. Now this is the last one. I only have to do 2 double crochets and chain once, and then I have to go into the third chain from the bottom and join it with a slip stitch. Hope you can see it. And joining it with a slip stitch. And I'm at the last row. It's again gonna be a bit too small, but it does have picots at the end, and that means that I'm just gonna be threading through those and kind of stretching the doily a bit more to be working. So what I have to do now is I have to move my working yarn into the chain 2 space. So I'm gonna do a slip stitch to go into there, chain 1 and a single crochet. Now I have to do chain 3. Now in the chain 1 of the previous rows, I have 2 of them. In each one I have to do a double crochet, but between the 2 double crochets there's a picot. Now there are several ways how you can do it, but how I do it is I do 1, 2, 3 chain, and then I go in, and you see that I go through 2 of the loops of the double crochet, and I make a single crochet out of it. I think it gives it a bit more definition. Now another double crochet and chain 3, and the chain 3 has to go, the single crochet has to go in between the 2 double crochets. Again, chain 3, a double crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 3, do a picot, another double crochet, chain 3, and a single crochet in the chain 2 of the previous row. All the way around. Guess what? 16 times. So it's 1, 2, 3, a double crochet, chain 3 for the picot. So that's 1, 2, 3. I go into the top one and do a single crochet there. Now another double crochet, chain 3 and a single crochet. There's the picot, another double crochet, chain 3 and a single crochet. Picot, double crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, double crochet, picot, double crochet, chain 3, single crochet. It's actually looking really nice. It's gonna be a bit small, but I'm just gonna be using the thread to put it on the frame. almost done. Now the last one. And joining it with a slip stitch. Now I can cut the yarn and pull it through. Okay, the starting tail I can already cut. The end tail I still have to sew in, so I'm just gonna do that really quickly, and then I'm gonna be off to attach it to the wooden frame, the embroidery loop. It's really hard to actually hide the yarn in such a loopy matter, but just go a few times around to kind of hide it in. I do prefer going down into the work because, as you can see, there's more material to hide it. And that's it. Now the next step is take only the inner loop, and now I will kind of have to stretch it, and I want it to be equal, so that's what I'm gonna be using for is more thread, and I'm actually gonna make 16 of like, what is it, 30 centimeters long threads, because I'm gonna thread first each of the picot and then I'm gonna stretch it over the loop, and it should be nice and equal. So 16. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. Okay, so I have sorry, I have 16 threads now here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through each of the picot and just loop it through. And that's all the way around. Going into each one and looping it through. So just going into the picot and looping it through. I know it's really hard to see because it's white yarn and thread over a really light background, but I'm just pulling the yarn through. just 2 more to go. And the last one. Okay, so I have all the 16 peacocks kind of knotted with my thread. Now I'm gonna take the inner loop and I'm just gonna pick one and do a really loose knot on it. Now one is secured, so I'm gonna take the one opposite of it and I'm gonna tie a knot on the other side. While doing that, of course, stretching the doily a bit. I cannot believe that it's actually gonna fit perfectly. Okay, so 2 done and 14 more to go. Now I'm gonna take the one left of it or right of it, it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna tie it to the loop. Now I'm gonna take the one opposite of it and tie a knot to the loop. Now again, I'm gonna, okay, I lost this one. So perhaps it wasn't the best idea to kind of thread all the peacocks at the same time. Note to myself and note for you if you're first watching it. To be honest, I really thought it's gonna be too small, but as you can see, it fits perfectly. I couldn't actually ask for a better fit. this one now. I know it must be so much fun watching me doing the knots, but this is just to show you. Oops, that wasn't good. Okay, I lost one. It happens. So just use another thread. I did really wanna have it nicely secured, so I pulled way too much and the thread... Oh, come on, don't say it's gonna do the same now. Second one. Okay, I'm gonna go with another one then. I think that was kind of a sign, don't do this one, do another one. So let's go for another one. Okay, I can go. This one still has a thread there. Okay, and this one. I'm gonna redo this one, but because it's way too loose. But because I already made a knot, I cannot unknot it. So I will just cut the thread and take another one, and it's still gonna be fine. Okay. So I don't like this one because it's way too far apart, and this one. You see, no big deal. I know I'm saying no big deal, but inside of me I'm like, ah, why? this one is now nicely put there. Now I just have to fill all the rest of those up and nicely place them. So just go through the picot. Now this is one of the reasons why I picked this pattern, because you have these kind of spikes at the end, and that kind of makes it much easier to tie it on. Okay. As you can see, already looking really nice. Okay, not this one. Four more to go. I know, I've been pulling too much. To be honest, I should have probably used the same yarn as I used for crocheting it, but I think it looks much nicer if it's a bit thinner. Three more to go. Two more to go. And the last one. don't like it. Okay. Okay. And guess what? Our dream catcher is almost done. Now what you can do is you can use some glue and just dab a little bit on each of the knots just to secure the knot. And what I want the knots to be is in the middle of the loop. Because that's actually gonna be hidden in the middle of the outer frame. So I'm doing this just to secure the knots a bit more. Positioning them in the middle. Okay, so that's the glue done. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut all the loose ends. Almost at the end. Okay, now that's all the scrap yarn. Now before I'm gonna put it into the frame, I'm just gonna check if it's even, and I think it is even. So I'm putting it into the outer frame. I'm gonna spin it just a bit around so I won't have the knots just on top of it. And now I can screw the frame together, and that's it. You know what is still missing? Perhaps I will do some feathers for decoration on top of it, but this is a dream catcher, or it should be. If you don't want to call it like that, then just have it a doily in a frame. I hope you enjoyed the video. Few notes about the pattern. I'm really surprised how actually it came out, because as you can see, it's almost yeah, complete 100% accurate, and yeah, I'm happy with the outcome. I hope you will be doing something like that as well. If you are going to be doing something like that as well, let me know. If you have any questions, comment box below. I will gladly answer all your questions, or if you have any propositions what I could do better, let me know. I'm always trying to improve. Don't forget, the pattern from Anabelia is free, and it's gonna be linked on my webpage, and the link to my webpage, of course, it's gonna be in the below description. So yeah, until the next time, I'm gonna say happy crafting!